It's been a while since she's out of the hospital. Yes, she's healing pretty good now, and that's good. We've been blessed for the healing. We've been blessed for saving her life, even. So, as we go move along, it's been almost a year now since that terrible day of that accident, and come to find out that, wow, she was on her way speeding to see her lover. But in the meantime, I had a chance to talk with the lover, explain a few things. I guess he was sorrowful in a way, embarrassed, all this stuff. But anyway, we headed off pretty good. But anyway, finding out what went down, what went wrong. So after this year, she said she wants to talk now because we've gone through a lot of stuff. I brought her home, took care of her, and showed her that I really loved her, showed her really compassion, truth, and everything. And she understood. And now that she's able to talk, to get around a little bit now, and she say she wants to talk with me. Okay, good. I'm ready to talk. But I have to let her know that if she decides to stay, it's okay. If she wants to leave, it's okay. I will support her in any decision that she wants to make. So I'm here for her. I'm here for you in any way. And she agreed and she understood. But she said, it bothered me because now I know I hurted you. I hurt your feelings, I hurt your heart, I hurt our relationship and everything. So I just want to apologize. I really confess the wrong. And if you really want to send me out, I understand. So I'm letting her know that I'm here for you and I'm here to support you in any decision that you make. So in the meantime, I would like to know what happened. I would like to know the why as to how things happen that way. Sometimes things can just happen, and I let her know, things happen a lot. Sometimes we unexpected. Sometimes we think about things. Sometimes we think about the background as to what caused these things to go wrong and everything. But I want to know from you, because I know that you're going to tell me the truth, and I know that it wasn't always just like you got up one morning, one day, and decided you want to go out and have a relationship. So what brought this on? And I'm not here to to get into your every corner, but I would like to know some details. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be all right. Just talk with me. So first thing out of her mouth was like, "Well, it happened in an innocent way," and I understand that. I understand it because I'm thinking about a story that I heard one time about a man and his wife, and she was getting a little distant. Well, he was distant, always working, always not giving her attention, always like showing her no support and everything. So in the meantime, she gets involved with someone, and that involvement started her to go on a path of wrong. All right, now, but her lover happened to be a woman, and once this man found out that she was involved with a woman, he was devastated. And immediately he sends her out, divorces and everything. But she wanted to save the marriage. She said it just happened. It just happened. Well, a lot of times we say it don't just happen. It wasn't a mistake. It was a decision. But there were things that caused the decision. The red flags that was ignored. The red flags that were blinded and didn't see. So sometimes they just go in that direction to be vulnerable to whatever come about. So in the meantime, this man just said divorces her, and she wants to save the marriage. And the woman that was involved with this affair said that she would be willing for them to have a wonderful relationship, for her to get back with her husband, and she would back off, and that would be termination of the relationship. And then, because she would respect her wishes, because she really cared for the woman, right? So anyway, I'm trying to say that sometimes we see things that happen and we don't understand why it went that way. We don't understand sometimes the vulnerability of each other. Sometimes we don't understand the emotion of each other, the heart of each other. But did we learn from each other? Did we explore each other? Did we sit down and communicate with each other when these things first started happening, when these signs first started showing up? And this is what happened even today. So I'm just letting her know that sometimes you have to really copy the action of the one that you're going against. Yes. Just like I was wrote in a comment to the guy. Now he was all upset about quitting her, divorcing her and everything. So I'm like, you know what? Before you send your wife out to the other doctors, find out what happened, and then learn. I'm telling you, learn why she went into the arms of a woman or anyone else. It doesn't matter whether it be another woman, a man, or even a pet. It doesn't matter. So when you have your spouse to go outside, that means something went wrong in the house. I don't care what nobody say. Something was wrong in the house. Anyway, now learn why and why she stayed there with this relationship. Learn some of the action of people that do wrong. All right. So now it's same here. So I'm asking her what went wrong. So the first thing she said, "Well, I apologize for doing this and all that stuff." But then he made me happy. Yes, he made me laugh. He gave me some joy feelings. And then he also made me feel alive, made me feel wanted and desired. He made me feel appreciated. Not that you didn't appreciate me, not that you didn't never tell me that you love me, but there was a energy in this, in what he was saying. Maybe he wanted me so bad. He wanted me so bad it showed and it felt. I could feel his energy. I could feel his desire, his wants to be with me. And I well hesitate at first, but then I start to give it in because things start to moving, even in a slow direction, a slow pace. But it was there, the compliments, the joy, the smiles, and everything there for me, there to talk with me. And yet, he heard everything I said and he listened. See, a lot of sometimes that we talk with each other and the spouse don't hear or either listen because they heard, but they didn't really listen to what the spouse or the wife had to say. So he listened to me. And we talked about some of anything and everything. There was a joy and a peace that was involved. Not a distance relationship, not that I felt like I was being neglected, unappreciated, not celebrated. You know, it seemed like when I'm with you, I felt like a maid, a housekeeper, rather than a wife. This man embraced me. We hugged, and sometimes if I wasn't feeling that well or whatever, we just hugged each other. We just close to each other. He didn't spend all of his time and occupy his time doing other things. Yes, work has to be done. We understand that. But the point of it is that he took the time to embrace me. He treated me like a princess. Yes. And it was good. The attention was unbelievable, you know? So took a few minutes. So sometimes it doesn't take all day, but he took hours and hours just holding me, consoling me, let me know that he was there for me. And I appreciated, and he appreciated me. That's why we connected. And I'm sorry, I apologize for all of that, but it happened that way. Not that you wasn't a good man, not that you wasn't a good husband, but he fulfilled me. He did fulfill my desires. He fulfilled and completed me in such a way that you didn't do it. I'm sorry. That's what happened. So in the meantime, and if I did something that didn't please him or whatever, we didn't argue. We didn't fuss and fight. And he didn't complain that much. Spoke on it. He spoke on it. Yes, he did. He spoke on it. But then again, he knew that I knew that just like anyone else, if you do something wrong, sometimes there's a punishment involved. And he would wait. He would wait until time, maybe evening time or the time to go to bed and everything, right? Or whatever. Or he was just there in his time of mood. He would like handle me in such a way that he showed himself to be the man. He showed himself to be the leader. He showed himself to be a person of power. And something like I felt that way that I was just a little child, yes, not being punished, but scolded. But anyway, he was showing me discipline, and he handled me so great that I would never thought that a woman could feel like this. I never thought in my wildest imagination or wildest dream that he could bring me, either I could go to the places of above that way. And he did. He was like unpredictable. Yes. He was like, how would you say, just like he would like throw me on the bed. He would just, and he pushed me. It wasn't a push like hurting me or nothing like that, but he would show me the aggressiveness, not no sweetie, and all this little stuff. He would let me know that he the boss. He would let me know that he's in charge. And then he brought me to those places that was beyond and beyond, had me calling him daddy, and then even saying that I will obey. I would be nice. I would be good. Yes, daddy. And all this stuff that coming out of my mouth that I didn't believe that I would say. And he was there for me. He brought me to that place. So I'm just here to let you know that sometime, that we go through these trails, we go through these changes and situations and trials and tribulations. We know that if we're here for each other, to let each other know that I'm here for you. And that's what he did. He explored, he taught me, he just showed me some things that, wow, I wish. But then again, I know that I'm married. I know that I hurt you, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. And I know that you tried your best, but maybe your best wasn't quite that place because I never expected for it to go that way. Sometimes we just do things, okay, and not intentionally, but it happened. Sometimes we call it mistakes, but it's not mistakes, it was a choice. And then sometimes when we feel sad, we feel lonely, we feel blue, we feel neglected, not unappreciated, and then things can happen because we're vulnerable. I don't care what nobody say. A woman can get vulnerable sometime, especially if some hormones are jumping off the wall. Who knows what can go down or what go wrong? So it's not like we intentionally or I intentionally went out there and said, come on, let's do this, do that, do that. No, I didn't. But it eased to that direction. And I thought I tried to talk with you, but you were busy, you didn't listen. So I gave up. Then when things started happening, I was now ashamed. I was ashamed and afraid to say something to you then. And next thing you know, I started getting more and more involved in it. It started feeling better and better and better. I'm sorry it happened that way. I was just disconnected from my love for you, but I still love you. I love you so much. So, in the meantime, this is what we want to bring to you today, that we learn from what happened. We learn from our enemies. That's why they send spies out into the enemy camp to find out their power, find out their weaknesses, find out what can be done that we may conquer them. And that's what happened. By me talking with her and she explaining and expressing herself to me, now I know some of the things where I missed, the red flags that I overlooked, those days and time, those emotions that I paid no attention to, that even then when I did pay attention to it, it was like it lasted 5 minutes and then it was like I'm doing something else. I'm on the phone, I'm on the computer, I'm at work, I'm doing this, doing that, and the other. But my wife was still there hurting. She was still there in her situation. Did I come back and say, "Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I meant to talk with you, but I didn't. I'm sorry. I apologize." No, I didn't apologize. Days went by, weeks went by, and I didn't apologize. I didn't bring her attention to the fact that she was hurting and she was in need, or she wanted to talk with me about something. That's the neglect. And that is a shame on me. So now I'm hurting that she left me. I'm hurting that another man could do those things to her and for her that I didn't do. Yes. And I tell anybody, you have to be observant. You have to be attentive. You have to show wisdom and appreciation. You have to show that place where I know I can do better. Yes. Focus, focus, focus. And then observe. Observe your surroundings. Observe everything and anything. Test the spirit in all things. Know your heart. Because see, God didn't give this woman all of those all of those sensual places on her body, in her spirit, on her mind, and in her heart for a casual, boring, unfulfilled situation in a marriage. He wanted that marriage to be off the chain. Because when the man brought the woman to Adam, bone of my bone, that man, Adam was so excited. And I think, I hate to say this, but right there in front of God, he got busy because she was there for him. And that's what God said. He shall have rule over you, and he shall hear to his desires. But are we desiring better? Are we desiring more? Are we desiring the quality? No. Just like the Almighty. He doesn't bring his quality down to us, his standard down to us, but he brings our standard up to him. Because there's always a purpose and a reason for everything that he does. And that purpose is for that marriage to be so out of sight, so fulfilling. So when she said that she's not pleased, there's no excitement, put that excitement back into your relationship and you'll see what happens. Don't let another man, a woman, or anybody else, or anything else come to do more than what you can do. If you can't do what you're supposed to do or can do or whatever, talk about it, discuss it. But when you first got started, yeah, it was a blessing. It was a wonderful thing. There's action involved. So keep that action going. See, fire is made to burn. Fire is made to sometimes to sterilize and process the situation, clarify things. Let that fire burn in your heart because it's burning in her heart. It's burning even in her body. Those hormones are kicking. So anybody say, "Oh, well, she could have, she could have, she could have." Is it? Yes, she could have, but she had no power of her own to do things or to resist things that were going against her nature, because that's what she was created for the man to be a helper, to be a comforter, and to bear the fruit. Yes. So, therefore, wonderful people, we just want to bring this portion to you to let's go out. Let people understand and to know that, hey, put some excitement into your relationship. Have that desire. Have that desire to fulfill her, to please her. Because it's even what the scripture said, love her as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Didn't the Lord sacrifice his life for her? Did he go through some pain and trial and tribulation for all of us, the church, even the body? So why can't we do that for her? Give her some attention and then bless her, cover her, and let her know that you are there for her. Let her know that you're there with her. And then if she mess up or make up, because one thing about it, if the Lord God he offered Jezebel, that wicked woman who out there was trying to kill the prophets and had the power to do evil things to people, And she seduced, fornicated with the people in the church to get them to do things and to bear children. Wow. And God said he gave her an opportunity to repent. And here we are, just because she gave it up once or twice or whatever, how many other times, we kick her out forever and ever, and then don't have nothing else to do with her, don't even want to talk with her to find out what went down or the why or whatever. But yet and still, if God can forgive, but yet and still, if you die in your sin, you know where you're going to land. Down there in trial and tribulation. All right? So thank you for being with us today. Yes. And we want to do the next episode in a more private manner because we want to bring some of these things out. Because when you start to doing the things, just like the example that we gave before about how someone can come in and excite her, please her, and to give her that standard, to give her that appreciation, to show her that they're there for her. We want to talk about these things, not just to do the 1, 2, 3 and go to sleep. No, no. God didn't bring you for that place. She got too much to offer. And it's almost like the situation how we do. It's like the little quick story, if you don't mind, please. It's like my grandfather had a watch, and he lost his watch in the field one day. A year later, he found the watch. A year later, he found the watch. Okay, it was rusty, dirty, and everything. So he brought it home, and he, had scraped it and cleaned it, tried to do the best he can, put chemicals on it and everything. But he cleaned the watch off, and guess what? He did a little winding on it and tinkering and hit it up against the wall or so whatever he did. The watch started ticking. And he like, okay. So he appreciated it. He then celebrated the fact that he had his watch back. He had that desire to hold on to his watch now even more the closer. Yes, his gratitude was off the chain. He was so grateful for it. So that's what we have to do today. We might lose something 1 minute. A thing can get away from us for a minute. But before we throw it away, try to cleanse it up. Try to help it out, to bear it. Because we were told to edify, to build up and strengthen, to edify each other. So are we there to try to heal? Are we here to try to cleanse? Are we here to like be together and build and grow together? Let's do that. And then work on it. Work on that healing. Work on the healing. And then our benefits and our blessings, even if they don't stay with us, even if they have to make that decision to go, bless them and be there for them anyway. And then move on. Then we'll wake up. See, our blessing is not in kicking, holding down, beating up, and abusing. Our blessing is to show confidence, show appreciation. Our blessing is to show honor and praise. Yes, praise your wife, honor your wife, and then respect your wife. All right. So with that in mind, wonderful people, and thank you for being with us. And then go to my YouTube channel, People in Love MD, People in Love MD, and just let somebody hear this. Share it out to someone. Somebody is giving up. Someone is like, well, they were mundane, they boring, the same old situation, the same old, same old. They feel like they are being neglected. They feel like this, they feel like that. No, within yourself, within your heart, talk with your mate. And then if they don't understand, is how you do it. How you do it. The wisdom and the love of talking with somebody to let them know that, hey, babe, you could do a little bit better. Hey, babe, try this and try that. You know what I mean? And if he's so arrogant and out of sight and out of shape, then I'm sorry to say, but you have to put forth a little bit more effort. And he, in turn, should put that same type of effort into his wife to let her know that, baby, you know, you more than just a figure in the house. You're more than just a worker in this house. And you're more than just an average, ordinary woman. You are special from God. You know what I mean? That's why she adorned herself for her husband. She prepared herself for her husband. Wow. Let the word work in your marriage, in your relationship. Don't be ordinary, a routine, born, unsatisfied, unedifying, not growing together, but be there for each other. So when that person or someone comes from outside, because that's what the demonic spirits are all about, getting us confused, getting us separated, getting us divided, and then losing and destroying what God had prepared for us, because God didn't sanction every marriage, you know. All right, you know that. But anyway, that's another story, another time. So with that in mind, wonderful people, thank you for being with us. Bless you, bless you, bless you, and keep you all in good shape, good form. Please, by all means, love yourself and love others as you love yourself, and especially your spouse. Bye now.